With 2 World Series titles since 2004, Boston seemed primed for another run at a title with some big-time offseason acquisitions, as they have become the trendy preseason pick to go all the way to the Fall Classic. When hopes are set high and the Sox began the season with one of their worst starts in franchise history, the fans and media are more than happy to pounce. But it's a long season, and with their current 3-game win streak, the Red Sox are more than confident things will change. The small market ace also made a splash in the offseason by bringing in salary-friendly players to the East Bay, and the dividends are starting to pay off. Will the Red Sox rebound from the bad start? Will the A's continue to gel and compete in the tough AL West? Only the games will tell. It's Game 1, A's-Red Sox, next. A little extra buzz in the air at the Coliseum. That's what happens when the Boston Red Sox are in town. Some big stars, Adrian Gonzalez, David Ortiz. For the A's, Cliff Pennington, he is ready to go. So it's the first of a quick 2-game series. It's the Boston Red Sox. It's the Oakland A's. You'll see tonight's game right here on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. While the Red Sox missed the playoffs last year, they do not like it when that happens. So in the offseason, they went out, spent some money, and they want to make sure that they get back to the playoffs this year.
How about $300 million for 2 players? Carl Crawford, a free agent. They got it from the Tampa Bay Rays. Adrian Gonzalez, they traded for him, the San Diego Padres. A Gold Glove first baseman, Gold Glove left fielder. These guys can play some baseball. Crawford is struggling. Gonzalez is going to love the Green Monster at Fenway. These 2 guys, they might struggle now, but by the end of the season, their number is going to be great.
Now, Brett Anderson's going to face that good Boston lineup tonight, and Anderson has pitched very well against the Red Sox in his short career.
Well, 3 wins, but you have to go back to 2009 when he had the complete game, the shutout against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. When you can do that well at Fenway Park as a left-hander, you can pitch against him anywhere. And, of course, he has had some very good numbers. But Brett Anderson's still looking for his first win. He's pitched well enough to win. It just has not happened for him so far. The hard-breaking ball to the right-handers is going to be outstanding, but he also has to deal with some very good lefties. But Brett Anderson is up for the challenge, and we'll see how he goes tonight.
So the A's won the final 2 games in that Tigers series. The Red Sox have won 3 in a row, so they are indeed starting to play a little bit better. Big crowd on hand as we get set for Game 1 of this 2-game series. It's the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox. We'll have lineups and first pitch in just a moment.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Now Kurt Suzuki and the Athletics take the field. So we are set to go. An off day yesterday for the A's, so they should be refreshed and ready to roll to take on the Red Sox. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free, and the boardwalk is open for spring break April 16th until May 1st. So nice crowd still filing in, as always, with the Red Sox in town. And here is the Red Sox starting lineup for tonight. Jed Lowry at short, Dustin Pedroia at second, Adrian Gonzalez at first, Euclid at third, Ortiz the DH. Then it's Cameron in right, Crawford in left, Saltalamacchi is the catcher, and Darnell McDonald will play center field.
Brett Anderson is starting for the Athletics tonight. The first game of this short two-game series. Of course, the hard breaking ball, 0-1 this season. Could have a couple of wins, and so tonight is a start for him that he can pick up a victory, get a 1 in that 0 column.
Number 12, Jed Lowry.
So Anderson is set. Jed Lowry, the switch hitter, steps in, and we are just about set to go from the Coliseum. Anderson kicks, and the first pitch is right in there with a fastball for a strike. So we're underway. 7:07. First pitch start time.
7:07.
Lowry, Pedroia, and Gonzalez for the Red Sox here in the first.
Jed Lowry having a great season. Of course, playing at shortstop. A couple of home runs, really carrying the Red Sox offense right now as far as his numbers he's put up. So solidified his position as shortstop.
Saw that average. 16 hits and 31 at-bats overall for Lowry. He's a switch hitter.
Marco Scudero, of course, with Lowry injured and stepped in, played shortstop. Marco in his second year with the Red Sox. Lowry with some tremendous numbers, 7-game hitting streak, and see the numbers. There is our good friend Marco Scudero. Signed a contract, a free agent contract with the Red Sox following his time in Toronto.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and that is out number 1. Defensively for the Athletics, Willingham, Crisp, and DeJesus in the outfield. Kuzminoff, Pennington, Ellis, Barton around the infield, and Kurt Suzuki behind the dish.
Well, if you're a right-handed hitter, you can't pick up the spin of Brett Anderson's hard curveball, the down and in. It's going to be a tough night for you.
Slowly hit to Ellis. Pedroia swings at the first pitch. He's retired. And that's out number 2.
Now here's what we're talking about with Lowry. Big curveball. Watch it end up down and in. And that might even been a strike where it crossed the plate. It definitely was. Saw the middle of the plate. Had the height, but Lowry, no contact. That ball is a ball that Kurt Suzuki didn't even have to block. It's a very good curveball.
So 2 outs, and here is Adrian Gonzalez. First pitch to the big left-handed hitter is inside. Now this season, 21% of his pitches curveballs. Look at the difference between last year, up from 9%. But tells me guys are learning.
Delaire's doing a lot of work putting all those numbers together.
I know. To think he added up all the pitches with a little help from Josh Hood. Terrific graphics.
Josh is doing all that stuff. And they're all busy. They all do a great job. So it's great to have all those numbers. Do they mean anything?
Sometimes.
Well, if you're a hitter, you say,
explain them.
If you're a hitter, you can say, okay, now last year I went through 9%, so this year we better look out for more curveballs. To think that Adrian Gonzalez traded from the San Diego Padres, and in the middle of the month signed a huge contract. Will keep him in uniform for 7 years with the Red Sox, team that he wanted to play for anyway.
That ball's hit well to right center field, and it is off the wall. Picked up quickly, and that's going to be a long single for Adrian Gonzalez. The ball came right back off the wall. DeJesus picked it up, and Gonzalez had to stop.
Well, I wish he'd continue the second because he would have been out by 20 feet. But a hanging breaking ball, and Gonzalez, a tremendous hitter, playing in San Diego. A lot of opposite field home runs, which will help him at Fenway. This one off the wall, but coming right back to David DeJesus, and a perfect one-hop strike to Mark Ellis. Boy, what a great right fielder. Great strong arm. Airless streak of games. If you make a play like that, you're as accurate as he is with his throws. That E column is going to be empty.
Quick 0-2 to Kevin Youkilis.
That's dangerous. That pitch was supposed to be inside. Ended up right in the middle of the plate.
Very short lead by Adrian Gonzalez.
The Red Sox in town. We got Tommy Cam tonight.
Yeah, big game.
There it is. Ain't no fooling anybody with that one, boy. That's the shot.
Youkilis swings at the breaking ball weakly, and he strikes out. So Brett Anderson with a couple of strikeouts, and John Lackey set to go to work as the A's come to bat in the bottom of the first. Lineup for tonight. It's brought to you by Fremont Bank. Chris, Barton, DeJesus, Willingham, Matsui, Suzuki, Ellis, Kuzmanov, and Pennington.
And John Lackey, unbelievable. Don't even look at that ugly earned run average, but it's been a while, about 10 days since Lackey has pitched due to a skip start and a rain out, but 17 wins career against the Athletics. Most of those with the Angels last year. First year of the Red Sox, 1-1. Won in Boston, lost here. But he's good. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, but he will not give in. He loves to throw his curveball, and he can throw it for strikes pretty consistently.
224 for Coco Chris, 4 RBIs.
Well, already second pitch, and Saltamaki and Lackey not on the same page. Lackey staring in a long time.
Outside corner, 0-2. So Lackey making his third start of the year. Just a bit inside. Lackey thought maybe he caught the inside corner.
It's going to be frustrating, and again, he had to stare at a long time. Saltamaki without a runner at second. You see a number of signs he went through. Change up. He's going to go with that.
A liner just over the glove of Jed Lowry, and that's a base hit. Coco went down and got it. The defense for the Boston Red Sox: Crawford, McDonald, Cameron. That's pretty good outfield, folks. Youkilis, Lowry, Pedroia, and Gonzalez around the infield. Saltalamacchia is the catcher. A lot of gold gloves out there.
Well, Carl Crawford, at least here, unlike Fenway Park, he has some room to roam around.
Yeah.
At Fenway, with that short left field green monster, with the speed of Carl Crawford, he needs some roaming area. He's got it here at the Coliseum for sure.
So Derek Barton, the hitter. Barton hitting .264 with 3 RBIs. He's 8 for 23 with a home run in his career versus Lackey. Most of the A's hitters have a lot of at-bats against Lackey. No surprise there. Lackey, very long look in. Now he's got the sign. Youkilis at third, in on the grass. Now he backs up.
Well, there's a threat of a stolen base, and so you're getting the varying moves and throw overs. And John Lackey, no pitcher likes to look on the board and see a 15 ERA.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's because he pitches really slow. But every time Lackey pitches, this is what I don't understand that. This is what happens. He has a problem with the catcher.
Well, I remember Jeff Mathis, first game that Mathis, I mean, seemed like every time he shook, he ended up throwing a curveball. The A's got to him in 5 innings.
I mean, listen, I'm not ripping the guy, but this is his 9th year in the big leagues. I mean, he's got 3 pitches. I don't know why it's that hard. Chris, good jump. Throw to second base. Not in time. Stolen base for Coco Crisp.
I figured all that attention, might as well steal. He took off, and first pitch.
I agree.
First pitch he threw to Barton, and it was a strike, but John Lackey, and the pitch inside. Very decent throw by Saltalamacchia, but Coco Crisp had it stolen. He was going all the way. Derek Barton taking the pitch all the way, and so the igniter. This is here, Derek Barton against Lackey. It's a game in which the A's did win.
So 1-1 to Barton, and that one just a bit low, 2-1.
Take that back. That game was in Fenway Park, a game that Lackey did win in June. A's beat him here in September. Aaron Anderson pitched the game in September. I think maybe that's one we showed in our open and our highlights. Now with the runner at second, it's going to take even longer. Because if he does not like the sign.
Pedroia on the back end, quick throw to first. Barton is retired, but he gets Crisp to third. So RBI chance for David DeJesus.
In third position, right fielder, number 12, David DeJesus.
Derek Barton almost got a base hit and a run batted in, but I still think, and it will never happen, when a hitter gives up himself like that, swings the bat, advances a runner, gets an offer, should be a consideration in there. I mean, the teammates know, everybody knows, but still, it's a stat that you'll never see. It's always a bat. With the infield back in the middle, up the middle to corners. Gonzalez kind of halfway. Youkilis even with the bag, especially with the left-hander.
Oh, 0-1 to DeJesus. So is that the stat you want to change in baseball? I like that.
I mean, seriously, because I mean, a guy could sacrifice, and he gets a sacrifice by moving the guy to third base. But if he swings the bat, Now some would say, well, if he gets a base hit, it's a base hit. But more times than not, he's willing to give up himself to advance the runner, put him in scoring position, or run at third and less than 2 outs.
You know what mine is? What stat I think we should change? I think you should get an RBI if you hit into a double play and a run scores.
In other words,
what difference does it make? You got the run in.
As if you make 2 outs.
So what? I know. I understand the logic, but still an RBI. That goes flying off the fencing, and then it drops in the walkway past the dugout. Everybody's okay. And the count is 2-2 to DeJesus. Crisp led it off with a base hit, stole second, went to third on the Barton ground out.
I always think of a play like this, rather than try to hold on to the bat, if it's going to go, let it go instead of trying to hold it, maybe injure a wrist.
It's going to come right at you.
Yep. That's right where Raymond stands all the time, so he might have been ducking.
On the ground to the middle infielders, the A's will get a run. And now a full count. Willingham in the on-deck circle.
Expand the zone a little bit. Maybe just try to go out of the strike zone. If it's a decent enough pitch, maybe middle of the plate away. Make contact.
Setting up inside, and DeJesus digs it out of there. Hits a foul ball down the right field. So good battle here between Lackey and DeJesus. A's trying to get on the board early. Curveball on the ground to the shortstop. That'll get a run home. The throw dug out by Gonzalez. Crisp comes in to score. It's an RBI for DeJesus, and the A's lead 1-0.
The Dodge Charger keys to the game. Of course, day off, well-rested A's. Day off at home, if you can believe that. Here yesterday, don't listen to the experts. The Sox are good. We know that for sure. As Red Sox have a long season ahead of them in a very tough division. And get Brett a win. That's Brett Anderson. John Lackey has 17 against the A's. Great at bat by David DeJesus to get the runner in from third with only 1 out. Hit a curveball and hit it well enough into the right position. Get the RBI and a run on the board. There's your run, Brett. You didn't need any more than that at Fenway back in 2009 with the shutout. I'll tell you, this A's offense, one of these A's going to break out. This pitcher's going to not know what to do with so many runs on the board. That was a great at bat. 3-2, tough pitcher. Coco, the igniter. On, steals second, gets to third on Barton.
Right side of the diamond, and it's going to be the first baseman Gonzalez drifting back. He's got it side retired, a hit and a run for the A's. So on to the second. A's 1, Red Sox 0. California.com and vote for the 2011 All-Star Teacher. Check out finalist bios and video features. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school. Big Papi, David Ortiz leading it off. He'll be followed by Mike Cameron and Carl Crawford against Brett Anderson. A couple of home runs and 9 RBIs for Ortiz. Takes a fastball first strike.
Think about Ortiz this year. He got off to a very good start. Hitting the 285 with a couple of home runs, and that's very encouraging for Big Papi and the Red Sox and their fans, because he has struggled in the past a couple of times out of the gate. And everybody panics, but one guy never panics, and that's Big Papi, David Ortiz. Big believer in his abilities, and as Terry Francona's manager said, he's a presence in the middle of the lineup. And boy, is he. There's CC Carl Crawford. He's hitting down on the lineup, hitting 7th.
Just a bit outside. Well, David Ortiz will be a free agent after this year, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. He's 35 years old. He'll be 36 in November. As Ray just said, still a very productive player.
And he will always be a DH, so he have to be a club that he would DH exclusively.
Find it hard to believe that he would end up anywhere else besides coming back to the Red Sox, but you never know. Three-two pitch. Bounces it to Barton. Barton will take it himself. Ortiz is retired, and that's out number 1. Time now for the Farmers Insurance Report Card. The 2 new guys for the Red Sox, Gonzalez, Crawford, and the comparisons.
Number 23.
So a little bit of a slow start for both of them. A big-time slow start for Carl Crawford. But when you look at what they do over the course of a season, it generally evens out. 2 very, very good players.
And similarities. Well, a lot of similarities with the contract, length of the deal, superstar status. But, you know, also Gonzalez came from San Diego. And, of course, Carl Crawford from Tampa Bay Rays. And nothing against those clubs, but they never get the amount of attention, especially media-wise, that the Red Sox do in Boston and around the American League.
And that there is an adjustment period to that.
There's no doubt. Good change up there.
Yep, Pennington takes care of Cameron for out number 2.
Well, I asked Terry Francona about it, and it says just human nature, and especially about players that get big contracts. We saw it with Trevor Cahill, his first start, have to justify it. And it's kind of the same thing for Tito, managing a couple of World Series rings for a team that hadn't won in about 80 years. But he made up a good point. He said, except for in the clubhouse, a lot of people don't think there should be pressure, but at least in the clubhouse it shows these guys care. They care that, sure, they're paid a lot of money, but they also care they want to produce. Not necessarily because of the money, but just in general, they're at the major league level where they're supposed to produce.
On the ground, Mark Ellis. A very nice inning for Brett Anderson. 3 ground ball outs. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. Matsui's going to lead it off. Back in the box. Right now, get the All-American Jack Combo with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. Bottom of the second inning, the A's with a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. Lackey facing Matsui. 228 with a couple of home runs and 9 RBIs for Hideki Matsui. That tough series against the Tigers. He was 2 for 15.
So he's ready to break out also, right?
Yes, he is.
A's would like to see him break out, but not necessarily the Red Sox for a couple of games. Good crowd on hand to watch the Red Sox in this first game of the series.
Carl Crawford toward the corner. Now drifts back, and he's got it. So Matsui is retired, and that is out number 1 here in the second.
Batting 6.
So a pretty good crowd tonight. Not a sellout.
Number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
I think for sure if you want to see the Red Sox in Oakland,
I would say you better do it today. Or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. If you're not going to come out tonight and you're watching this and you said, I want to see them firsthand, then tomorrow's the day today. 12:35 first pitch. If not, right here on Comcast Sportsnet California, where we always are in high definition. I would think everybody that's watching is in HD, right? Watching
Yeah.
HD?
Yeah.
Clarity is unbelievable.
Quick 0-2 to Kurt Suzuki. A's will be in Boston June 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then they'll be in Boston August 26, 27, and 28. So a pair of 3-game series at Fenway. So 6 in Boston, but just 2 here.
But with the Tigers, Central Division, 4 here, 2 there. 10 games.
Just a bit outside, 2-2.
McClackey thought he had one.
Suzuki, a homer, a couple of RBIs, hitting .240. Sweeping breaking balls outside.
You know, we're talking about Crawford and Gonzalez, especially Carl Crawford struggling to start the season after a big contract. John Lackey just signed last year, left the Angels for a 5-year deal with the Red Sox. And for him to get off to a slow start this year, you know, his competitiveness all those years with the Angels, it's got to be affecting him.
In that first year, last year, Lackey won 14 games. He was 14-11. The ERA, 4.40. And that's pretty high for him. He's usually in the 3s. 117 and 83, a very good career record. He's going to get Suzuki on an infield pop-up. Pedroia has it. So 2 outs. In-depth sports news for the Bay Area fan. Go deep with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai tonight at 10:30 on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Full recap of the game here at the Coliseum. Full recap of the Sharks and the Kings. Game 3, game of the NFL schedule released today. Minnie Bach, Kingman Anderson. First pitch strike to Mark Ellis.
John Lackey also looks like he shed a few pounds, which sometimes that could be a negative for a pitcher. Kind of changes everything. You're accustomed to having a certain amount of weight, and then you change it. Wait, that doesn't feel the same.
He is a big guy, 6'6". Media guide says 245 pounds.
Just seems thin.
Big, strong. 9th year in the big leagues for Lackey. A shot to left field. Crawford racing back. It's going to be over his head. It one-hops the wall, and it's going to be a double for Mark Ellis. Give Ellis his 6th double of the year.
Another off-speed pitch, and Mark Ellis just dropped the head of the bat on it. Change up. Two-seamer, a little bit hard, about 85 with the velocity. But Mark Ellis, what a great swing. If you hit it over the head of Carl Crawford, you're doing something. That ball sounded great coming off the bat. Short hop, the wall went up high, which prevented Crawford from getting the ball back in, making any play at second. So he needed a 2-out hit to do something here.
So Kuzmanov will hit. Up and in to Kuz. .182 with a homer and 5 RBIs for Kuzmanov. Double for Ellis, as I said, is 6. For the A's, it's their 37th. That is the most in the American League in the early going. The A's have not hit a lot of home runs, but they have been a doubles machine in the early going. Ooh, a hanger, and Kuzmanov fouled it back. If you want to have the definition of a hanging breaking ball, that was it right there.
Yeah, usually though it's crushed. Many
it
times
was screaming, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me.
But this is John Lackey. It's a count 2-0. He will not give in. He likes to throw something off speed, especially the curveball. A lot of confidence in the pitch.
I can think of games where he's pitched against the A's, and of course he has the great career record against the A's, where he just keeps throwing that breaking ball behind the count, ahead of the count, 2 strikes. (17-5) in his career versus the Athletics, including 8-4 here in Oakland for Lackey. Here's the problem again. So Lackey did all the talking in that quick meeting with Saltalamacchia. Got a fastball with a good rip, fouled it back.
For this game, July 7, 2006, Mark Kotsay led off with a double. Retired 27 consecutive batters to John Lackey right here at the Coliseum. Jerry Royce was the last of the time to do it, 1982.
Well, remember,
he just, I mean, that's how close to perfection.
Well, trickles away from Saltalamacchia. Ellis to third.
The ball bounced, just got under the glove of Saltalamacchia. Well, I don't know about that. That's a catchable ball. He went down.
That should be a pass ball.
Should be a pass ball, yeah. Would
you agree with that?
Yeah, it actually didn't hit the dirt. Hit his glove. He just went down thinking it was going to be a blocked ball, but it was not. So you're right. It should be a passed ball. And when Kuz drives in the run here, it should be an unearned run. Maybe.
Good call.
Which pass ball does create an unearned run.
3-2 with a breaking ball, and it's pop foul.
Yeah, that's him.
He'll throw it again.
Yeah.
Hey, our old friend, Kurt Young. It's great to see Kurt. He is one of the classiest guys you'll ever meet.
Hey, #1 pitching coach. Hey, when you're #1 pitching coach, you can leave Oakland and go anywhere you want to.
I know. He can't be happy right now, though. The Red Sox have the worst ERA in the American League. We wish Kurt good luck.
Absolutely.
He does a good job at Boston. There's the breaking ball, and Kuzmanov strikes out. So the A's do not score. After the 2-out double by Ellis, we're headed to the third. 1-0 Athletics. Third inning. Young talking to his boss, Terry Francona. Salt Lamacchia is the leadoff hitter. He'll be followed by Darnell McDonald and Jed Lowry. 8-9-1 for the Red Sox. There's a shot. Pennington on one hop grabs it. And that'll do it. Salt Lamacchia is retired. So, talking about Kurt Young, and this was before the game, a homecoming for Kurt, talking to all of his old friends. And again, he is a good man. So it's nice to see him.
Well, he said, well, there's his catcher. Talk about the pitching staff here versus over there, and he said, these kids are pretty good over there, aren't they? Many of the A's pitch. I said, yes, and you know that for a fact. But it's a good deal for Kurt. He had the Arizona Diamondbacks wanting him as well. Matter of fact, I said to him, you live in Scottsdale. The Diamondbacks train there. They play there. And they were after him. But Red Sox also were after him. I asked Terry Francona about it. He said that he asked John Farrell about, give me a list of who do you think. And John, who's now the manager of the Blue Jays, said top of the list, Kurt Young. Yeah. So everybody put Kurt at the top of the list. Did not think he was going to be available. He was, and they hired him. So
you may say, hey, listen, Diamondbacks probably not going to be in the postseason this year, right? Red Sox, certainly a legitimate chance to make the postseason. That may have been the biggest decision right there. Darnell McDonald swings and misses, so Anderson makes quick work of McDonald.
Now there's a hard curveball down and in, as we saw with Lowry, the first batter. So Brett Anderson has the curveball working tonight perfectly inside, and a very tough pitch for a right-hander, because right there it looks like a fastball for a strike, or a strike in general, and usually it drops out the strike zone. But you know, I think also in regards to Kurt Young, and you're a pitching coach and a good one, which his team led the American League in earned run average last year, and a very good stat. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Finish that thought. So 7 in a row retired by Brett Anderson. Bottom of the third coming up. Pennington, Chris, and Martin Williams.
Also, because you can enjoy the comfort and privacy of a regular suite for as few as 6 people. Suites include a set of food package featuring wings, sliders, hot dogs, popcorn, and beverages. All this for just $99 per person. For more information, we'll tell you how, because the draw is going to throw out Cliff Pennington. We'll tell you that you can call 510-638-GO-A's or visit OaklandAthletics.com/mini-suites. And that's a good one, because you get a nice meal, $99 per person, ticket. You got it all. That's very nice. Sure, my partner Glenn Kydro might be doing that.
Yeah.
But we got so many games on Comcast Sportsnet California.
I know. That's all I need is a day off. Bring the family out. Yeah.
You don't have to keep score. Just come out and enjoy the game in your mini suite. Drop $99 for about 6 or 8 people. You'd be right.
Yeah,
they'd all like
popular.
you.
Lots of new friends. Saw the note on Coco Crisp winning the World Series with the Red Sox in 2007. If I remember correctly, Ray played a lot early, and then Jacoby Ellsbury came up, and that cut into Coco's playing time some. And Ellsbury had the terrific postseason. Just retired. So Lackey is settling down. He gets 2 quick outs here in the third.
Now batting first baseman, number 10.
The Angels are leading the Rangers 13-2 in the 7th inning. So we'll let you know some of the heroes in that game when it goes final. So the Angels trying to even up that series at a game apiece. And it looks like they will indeed do it. Angels winning big. Texas won yesterday in the first game of the series, 7-1. Two 2-0 to Derek Barton.
Well, back on April the 8th, the opener for the Minnesota Twins at Target Field. Brett Anderson brilliantly pitching for 8 innings. The A's scored a run in the first inning. Did not score again the rest of the game. And the Twins scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th and beat the Athletics 2-1. So Brett Anderson got a run in the first inning tonight, but it's unfair to him to expect him to pitch 9 innings of shutout baseball. He's done it already. Maybe his teammates are spoiled and say, well, you've already done it. You do it again. But that's rare. So it behooved the A's to score a few more runs to give a little cushion for the A's lefty tonight. How about that? That says it all right there.
Thus the 0-1 record, but the ERA of 2.29. Sharp breaking ball from Lackey, but Barton takes it, so it's a full count. Barton grounded out in the first.
Well, you can almost just expect, if you're South Lamont, just call for a curveball.
I agree. Popped up, and it's going to be into the seats, and it was a fastball. It does look like Lackey's starting to find a little bit of a groove.
Yeah, he's good enough he can do that.
He's retired 8 of the last 9. And that's what you have to be careful for with him.
Saltamaki has tape on his fingers, so the pitcher can see the signs better.
Barton hangs in there. A handful of catchers do that.
Let's put it on the last knuckle of each finger. Never want to mix up a 1, 2, and a 3. You don't mind the 4 wiggles of the changeup. You can handle that.
Poke to left field. Crawford coming in. And Lackey a 3-up, 3-down inning. We are moving to the 4th. A's 1, Red Sox 0. And those folks, Ray, how about that? They have Red Sox colors, put an Oakland jersey on. It's a good effort. We're not sure who they're cheering for. Maybe they're just here to enjoy a good ball game.
They're cheering for both. They're just saying, Red Sox are in town, good crowd. We're only here for 2 games. Let's go out. We don't care what we wear. Wear their colors, put Oakland on the front, everybody's happy.
Pedroia, Gonzalez, Euclid. So this is the meat of the Red Sox order, indeed.
Well, the Red Sox seem to always have very good offense, so not an easy out in the lineup. And they can wear you down, just like the Yankees. You have to throw quality strikes. Pedroia usually very aggressive, as he showed in the first inning, swinging with the first fastball and grounding out weakly.
Good breaking ball there, and it's a 2-2 count. Pedroia grounded out. In fact, he swung at the first pitch against Anderson and grounded to second in the first inning. Fastball high. Pedroia missed a good chunk of the season last year, so the Red Sox, they're just looking for a healthy Dustin Pedroia. He leads off the 4th with a walk. Time now for our trivia question, which is brought to you by AT&T. David Ortiz has the most home runs by a DH in Major League Baseball history, 307. What player has the most in Oakland history by a designated hitter? Most home runs as a designated hitter. Big Hurt hit a few for the A's in his year, 06. Gonzalez, a single off the wall in right field. That was in the first inning. We always say this about the Yankees, and you can say it about the Red Sox too. It's always a very interesting watch, is to see how they go through the lineup the first time against the pitcher and how they make adjustments the second time. It's very interesting. Pedroia swung at the first pitch in the first inning, lays off some pitches. His second at bat ends up getting a walk.
Dave Magadan, as we talked about Kurt Young being a former member of the Athletics on the staff. Well, Dave Magadan played for the Athletics and had the numbers with the A's, for the years with the A's.
And picked off. The throw is there, and the tag put on. Pedroia is out. Pedroia talking with Andy Fletcher at second base.
Terry Francona's going to ask for a walk, so we've got 2. You know the thing about Brett Anderson, and this is not the first time this has happened, and I don't know that this was a throwover called from the bench, because he started and he sees Pedroia going and he changed direction right there.
I tell you what, Ray, that's pretty close to being a ball.
I agree, and that's what I mean, because if he's throwing to first base, watch, he's going to stop, and then that front leg went towards the plate. So Pedroia thought he was going. He's looking back even before he got to second and immediately calling for a ball. Francona was ejected?
I think so.
But see, good left-handed pitchers can do that. They'll come up in a position, and as long as they don't move the front foot past the pitching rubber, then they can kind of freeze and then go either direction. But in that case, Brett looked like he committed to the plate. Body started forward, and then he threw to first, and the leg could not go into that 45-degree angle. But very quickly, he gets Gonzalez, too.
This is the manager, Terry Francona, getting thrown out by Jim Reynolds, the home plate umpire.
Number 20, Kevin Euclid.
So I think Francona probably had a pretty legitimate argument.
There's no doubt. And if you could draw an imaginary line, kind of at a 45-degree angle, and see, they're both talking about As you were saying, they talk a lot between innings. That's talking about something that. Yeah. That's that. I think he got away with one.
Well, now shouldn't that be the first base umpire's call?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's the one that is looking right at Anderson.
See, he came all the way up, and I think, and that's a great move. I'd like to see left-handers do it more, because basically, I think of Jimmy Key, Andy Pettit. You never ran off those guys. Dallas Braden for different reasons, because he was so quick to the plate. But in this case, when he brought up his front foot, as long as that foot did not go past the rubber, and he can go either direction.
You see that Red Sox dugout. They're chewing on somebody, and it could be DeMiro, the first base umpire.
He's glancing over there. He's maybe trying to figure out who's doing all the yelling.
Eddie Montague's in the house, so Eddie may. So 2-2 is the count to Youkilis. Bounced foul.
Lost in all of that. It's a great play by Derek Barton once again, taking the throw from the pitcher and making a perfect throw to second base for the 1-3-6 caught stealing, basically. But Pedroia is kind of hard for him to run straight when he's looking back, trying to argue with the umpire. I mean, you just got to say he took off thinking, oh no, you got to be kidding me. He's throwing to first.
Now he's going to be ticked off for the next 6 innings. Swing and a miss. Youkilis strikes out. 5 strikeouts for Anderson, and a little controversy here in the top of the 4th. Fourth inning. John Lackey and Brett Anderson. He's got a run in the first inning. Dustin Pedroia is talking to the second base umpire, Andy Fletcher. He's smiling now. Still probably not in agreement with the call.
A lot of times the umpires will get together and converge and talk, but that's a judgment call. You can't get together and make a change on something like that. If a home plate first base umpire don't make a call, it's a clean move and you just go.
De Jesus hits a high fly ball left field. Crawford backing over. And that is out number 1. Here's our AT&T trivia answer. David Ortiz has the most home runs by a DH in Major League Baseball history. 307. What player has the most in Oakland history by a designated hitter? Remember, this guy, Dave Kingman, hit 98 home runs for the Athletics in the mid-'80s. Kingman played with a whole bunch of teams.
Dave, at the end of his career, could have gone to the Seattle Mariners and probably hit another 100. Yeah. They decided to hang them up and go to Lake Tahoe. Not a bad place to hang them up.
Saltalamacchia's throw back went about 40 feet and then headed into center field. Willingham popped out to Gonzalez to end the first inning. Quick 0-2 to Willingham. Matsui will hit next.
Talk about Arlington Stadium, the Rangers being an offensive stadium. What it is tonight for the opposition. Angels taking advantage of the offense down there.
It's now 14-2 in the 8th inning. Angels leading the Rangers. Strike 3 called, and that is strikeout number 2 for Lackey.
Mark, $2 Wednesdays are back every Wednesday this season. You can get a Plaza level, Plaza outfield, or Plaza reserve ticket for just $2. Take advantage of this special offer during some of the biggest matchups of the year for the Red Sox, like tomorrow, Rangers, Yankees, and more. Get tickets for all Mark $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone at 877-493-BALL, and you order online. Visit OaklandAthletics.com. Wednesday, that's tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Must be Mark $2 tickets. $2 Wednesday.
Oh, 1 to Matsui. So a good day to come out to the ballpark. Should be a nice day.
Oh.
Matsui just kind of bends back out of the way.
This is a dangerous pitch. That looks like it's going right at his head, but very quickly Matsui, as he planted the front foot, the head goes back and avoids being hit.
Strike 2. So I go in the coffee shop today, like I do every day. The gentleman waiting on me says, "Hey, when's that next $2 ticket day?" I said, "Well, every Wednesday game." He said, "I love those. I'm going." He said, "It's great when your BART ticket costs more than your game ticket. That's what I like." I said, "Well, then you need to get out there tomorrow." He said, "I'll be there." So we know he'll be here tomorrow. Matsui strikes out. Couple of strikeouts for Lackey. He's retired 7 in a row. authentic in-game hashtags. Today's hashtag comes courtesy of the Schwartz25 on Twitter. Post your comments on tonight's game and use the hashtag Beantown. We'll be retweeting the top comments, and you could win an authentic A's prize. Play along with @CSN authentic in-game hashtags Beantown. David Ortiz to lead it off. He'll be followed by Cameron and Crawford. Top of the 5th inning, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts so far for Brett Anderson.
Curveball is outstanding tonight.
He's got a good one.
And not only against the righties, we talked about that, but to the lefties as well. And when he does that, remember his lack of success against some of the lefties last couple of years, but if he can get to the point where he gets lefties out like he gets righties out, he is just going to be unbelievable.
On the ground, into the shift. Ellis out on the grass. Ortiz is retired. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Sometimes when you're playing the outfield grass as an infielder, ball will hit the lip of the grass.
A little damp too, the grass.
But that one, they scooter all the way. And of course, when you have that guy fielding, not going to get too many bad hops. And if you do, he can handle them anyway. Mark Ellis, one of the best at the second base. Well, it'd be nice for him to finish his career with a nice gold glove in his trophy ring.
Cameron grounded out to short. His first at bat. Another guy who will be a free agent for the Red Sox. They got a few big name guys. There's Ortiz and Cameron. Jonathan Papelbon will be a free agent. J.D. Drew will be a free agent. Red Sox always will have a high payroll. They have the 3rd highest this year, $161 million, right about where they were last year.
You know, that does not even include Adrian Gonzalez's new contract.
No, that'll kick in next year.
Yeah, he's at about 6.5 this year.
Goes to about 20 next year. Kuzminoff charges and gets the short hop to his throw. Cameron's retired, and that is 2 away. A's Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek Showers of Cash. Win $500 cash every hour from 2 p.m. till midnight. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. Pretty good looking stuff. I believe the gold jersey would be a big seller. The new alternate gold jersey.
Between what you can buy and what the A's give away, it could be decked out all season. All season, the off season.
Well, you'll like this one, Ray. I have a 6.5-year-old boy and a 3.5-year-old daughter who ate breakfast this morning with their A's wristbands on. They thought that was pretty cool.
Did you bring them a free cup of coffee from
They call them wrist. That's what they are. Gonna wear the wrist. Ellis stays with it, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Brett Anderson. He's rolling. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 1-0 A's. For the Red Sox. It's a nice night. It's not that nice. I would wear a shirt. It's cool but comfortable.
Same guys probably come out when it's football and not in the Bay Area. Someplace back east where it's about 20 below zero. But they accomplished it. Got on TV.
Hey, that very well could have been their goal heading out to the ballpark today.
Well, they know the A's, Comcast Sportsnet California, have the best director, Tommy Adson. They figure, see, I can find us. They don't even know there's Tommy came up here.
No, can't get away with anything. On the infield, actually, to the outfield is the shortstop Lauer, and he's got it. Suzuki is retired. Here's our true story. It's brought to you by McDonald's. April 19th, 1981. Remember this, A's fans? The Athletics set a modern-day record for the most consecutive wins to start the season. Billy Martin's Athletics defeated the Mariners 6-1. It was their 11th straight victory. Who's that guy in left field? The 82 Braves will surpass the mark by opening the season with 13 consecutive victories. So did you read Ron Kroichek's article in the Chronicle today about the 1981 Athletics?
Tell us about it.
You didn't read it. It was great. 30 years ago, Ron put it together. Talked about the start and the team.
You know who owned the club that first year, don't you?
Yeah, perhaps.
They said, this game's easy.
This is good. Of course, that was the strike season, so it was they played 109 games that year, did the Athletics. They went 64-45, and it was split up. You win the first half or the second half of the season. So there's actually a division series in 81. The A's made it to the postseason, beat the Royals, lost to the Yankees.
Well, thankfully, and there was an ugly situation after that. But fortunately, baseball has not seen a work stoppage in a long time.
I don't think they will.
I don't either. They shouldn't. They shouldn't, because everybody's happy and everybody's making money. So it's something that it's a great game, and just have to keep it going. And see, the commissioner is doing his part. Association, the owners, trying to iron out a contract, collective bargaining agreement, and continue baseball without any interruption. I was involved in too many of those ugly situations when they
the 70s. There was a bunch of them.
72 was the first. You have to be the player representative, and you have to stick your hand up in the air.
Two and two to Mark Ellis. Pokes it foul. The article in the Sporting Green talked a lot about Billy Martin and how he installed the attitude of, we may be doing things a little different, but let's go.
Well, they did.
It was great. It was very interesting.
Hey, guys, Wayne Gross stealing bases, stealing home. I mean, everybody could run and did run. Billy Ball era.
He was here for 3 years, and then he went back to New York, right? After the 82 season.
Yeah, the great Mickey Morbillo said, Billy, I'm not going back. I'm going to stay here. Mickey has stayed and been here ever since.
Left field, but it's going to be foul. Ellis got into that one.
Well, you see so many curveballs, off-speed pitches, 3-2, 2 strikes, and all of a sudden the fastball, and he just reacted on the fastball inside, turned on it just too quick.
That's a good at-bat by Mark Ellis. He ends up with the walk, so a double and a walk for Ellis.
As part of Cinco de Mayo, 10,000 fans will receive an Athletic Pros t-shirt. It's presented by Chevy. Breakout the week on May 5th. Sunday afternoon day game at the Coliseum as the A's take on the very hot Cleveland Indians. For tickets, call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Cinco de Mayo. Hey, by the way, Mark Ellis, that was a 10-pitch at bat. Do you know where he's going to go? Francesco's. Take Sarah and the kids over for a couple of dinners at Francesco.
Kuzmanov with a base hit. A hanger from Lackey, and Kuzmanov puts runners at first and second with one out.
Well, a great at bat, 10-pitch at bat, and a walk by Mark Ellis with one out. Kevin Kuzminoff not waiting around. First pitch breaking ball, he just reacted. And a solid line drive to left field.
Number 2, Cliff Pennington.
So Pennington will hit. Pennington, a bouncer to second. His first at bat. Saltalamacchia with the block. So that hit by Kuzminoff, the third for the A's. Red Sox have just one. Ball low.
And there's your runner in scoring position. So Brad Penny on Sunday, not willing to throw a lot of fastballs with runner in scoring position. And John Lackey, throughout his great career, he's kind of done the same. Stayed with the curveball. And boy, he has a good one, and has had a very good one throughout his career. Not a pitch that a lot of guys can perfect, but Lackey has. 3 in a row.
Kuzminoff up even with the bag at third. Pennington out in front. It's high, and that'll reach the seats.
From Saltalamacchia's standpoint, because of the disagreement the two had, the thing is, you go straight to the curveball. You go to the pitch that he likes to throw the most, and then he can always shake away from that. But if the catcher calls and the pitcher always shakes to the curveball, then you kind of get him a pattern, and you know what he's going to throw.
Lowry back. And the infield fly rule is called. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. So Coco Crisp will try to knock in a run.
Center fielder, number 4.
He has scored the only run in the game.
Crisp.
So the single and a ground out to short for Crisp. Pick off at second, and getting back is Ellis. Flip show the glove.
The old daylight, and that's pretty much a standard pickoff play at second. Really, from the standpoint of what the Red Sox are doing, a lot of times middle infielders will not even pay attention to the runner at second base. But in this case, expect Coco Crisp to pull the ball, especially with Pedroia on the outfield grass. Lowry has the opportunity to try to keep Mark Ellis close. The outfielder's not playing that deep.
Hit to Pedroia, gives a little ground, and throws out Coco Crisp. A's strand a pair, and we're headed to the 6th inning. It'll be Saltalamacchia, McDonald, and Lowry. A's lead 1-0. That 1-0 lead. They've had a 1-0 lead since the bottom of the first. Brett Anderson very sharp. He's got 5 strikeouts. Dribbler right back to Anderson, who scoops it up. Salt Galamakia on 1 pitch is retired. Time now for our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray, where you can log on to csncalifornia.com to post your question. Eric from Oakdale asks, why are third basemen taught to throw to first in a 2-out situation when there is an easy tag or force at third?
Well, if there's a force, they'll take it.
Yeah.
But and we've talked about it, how many times you see a third baseman catch a ball and the guy is kind of running in front of him. But I think what most of them are thinking is that it's an easy play, catch the ball, throw to first base, or throw to second if there's a forced play in order. But it's just something that's kind of automatic, and it's very rare that you'll see somebody else. So Adrian Beltre do it just, I think, against Seattle just recently, where he caught a ball and just stood in the baseline. And the guy ran right into it, or just basically let him tag it. Very rare, but I think it's just kind of an automatic thing. Ground ball hit to you, you just come up. And sometimes you can kind of lose sight of where the guy is.
Sure.
You know, he can be running where you think, or we think he's close, but he may be far enough away that if the third baseman decides and somehow he's able to go around him and safe, then especially when it's the third out, all he has to do is throw to first. I think that's why they pretty much do it all the time.
And plus, you can't really think at all about the runner, because you got to worry about catching the ball.
Exactly.
So if he's right near you, well, yeah, certainly you guys may tag him occasionally. Do what you do most often, that would be field it and throw it. Room for Coco Crisp, and he's got it. Darnell McDonald with a long out. 2 outs here, 6th inning.
And that right there says a lot about the fastball. Brett Anderson, a little bit cooler now than what it was at first pitch or during batting practice, where the ball was carrying well. But Brett Anderson fell behind 3-0 and then went fastball, 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 3 pitches. Got the call strike, swing and a miss, and then straight away center field. Hit it the right part of the field.
Top of the order, and Jed Lowry. Lowry strikeout in the first, a fly ball to left in the third.
1 over the minimum for Brett Anderson. The walk caught stealing by Pedroia, and that's it.
But he's got that good rhythm, and we talked about it at the start in Minnesota when he was so good. Fastball just a bit inside to Lowry, so it's 3-0. Pedroia would be next. 2 outs in the inning. Fastball for a strike on 3-0.
The one thing we have talked about pretty consistent, that the pitchers rely on the catcher confidence wise. He's ready to get the sign, no shaking, just get the sign. Hitter gets the batter's box and let it go.
So now it's 3-2.
Slight cut on this fastball at 90. And maybe Lowry looking for the real good fastball, didn't get it. It was out in front of him.
Got him swinging a pitch not even close. So that is strikeout number 6. Anderson has retired 8 in a row. Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. One nothing A's, bottom of the 6th inning. 6 strikeouts for Brett Anderson. And the A's trying to get something going against John Lackey. A's did have first and second, 1 out in the 5th, but Lackey was able to get out of it. One walk, 3 strikeouts for John Lackey so far. And this will be pitch number 85. Curveball bounced to Pedroia. He's got it. And that is out number 1. A's picked up a pitcher yesterday. We saw him earlier this year pitch against the A's. David Percy, big left-hander, comes over from the Toronto Blue Jays for minor league pitcher. And Dallas Braden is placed on the 15-day disabled list with shoulder soreness. And David Percy is in the bullpen, and there he is. He's a big guy, 6'4", 245 pounds. And with the Blue Jays, he was a #1 draft pick, 16th player chosen in 2004.
Marquardt about 5'5", so they traded height for. But you know, if Ron Romanek calls the bullpen, he says, "Get up the left-hander." He's got 5 to choose from.
He's got 5 today. 5 lefties.
Left-handed relievers. Said David Percy, man, I've never heard of that. And he said, "Well, Blue Jays, we had it, AAA. Last year, this year, 5 lefties in the bullpen, but not at the big league level." And you have people talk about, "Boy, it'd be great to have 2 lefties in the bullpen because we only have 1. It'd be nice to have 2." Yeah,
we got 5.
And considering Anderson and Gio, that's 7 lefties of the 12 pitchers.
That drops, and that's a fair ball right on the line. So DeJesus is going to take it. It's a base hit.
And if Carl Crawford can't get to it, it's a legitimate hit. Since he's got some speed, but even he could not catch up to a ball that was just served down the left field line. David kind of had to find the ball right on the chalk, and Crawford got to it, played it on the hop, just inside the line, came right up to him.
4th hit for the A's, and here's Willingham. Goes after the first pitch. Gonzalez. And he makes the catch. But David Percy, the newly acquired left-hander, got here yesterday and came to the ballpark through a bullpen session for Ron Romanek.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 55, Hideki Matsui.
And also, Tyson Ross is going to start Friday night in Seattle. That was announced today by the manager, Bob Gary. How about that one, Ray? Tyson Ross and Michael Pineda, the young hard-throwing right-hander for the Mariners. A couple of good young right-handers. So Ross and Pineda on Friday.
Well, the A's had a chance with the off day yesterday. They could have brought Cahill back on Friday on his normal 5 days rest, but decided to stick Ross in there, and so Cahill does get the extra day. So bullpen activity for Red Sox. 112 pitches for Cahill Sunday, so maybe that factored into giving him the extra day, which is something Ron Romanek and Bob Garrett talked about with the off days. Just keep everybody in turn, so might pick up an extra off day, an extra day of rest. Now in May, there's only 1 off day in May.
Really?
1 off day. So
come on,
check it out.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
Nope.
And that would be the 12th of May.
I'm returning from Texas.
Yeah, you're right.
Off at home, and
that is a.
When you look at the month of May and the schedule, and you see just 1 blank,
you're right.
That's what you just saw, right? So that's when you need the 5-man rotation. They'll pitch every 5th day, no extra rest. So the off days in the month of April, guys get the extra day. Maybe that will help them in May.
Travel-wise, it's a decent month. The A's road trip is Kansas City and Texas. That's 6 games. And then they play at the Giants for 3, so that's not really a road trip. And they go to Anaheim for 4. And that's it as far as travel goes, but just the 1 day off. Curveball driven to right. But Cameron is right there. Matsui hit it well. Side retired. DeJesus with a hit. He is stranded. 7th inning. Still 1-0. First game against the Texas Rangers. 7,500 kids 14 and under will get an A's Player Magnet set presented by Comerica Bank. The set features Brett Anderson, Trevor Cahill, and Andrew Bailey. For tickets, call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Pitchers duel at the Coliseum, 1-0. A's lead.
First pitch changeup in the event. Pedroia decided to swing at the first one again. Like you said, swung at the first offering in the first inning, but has been a little bit more patient.
Pedroia lays off that one. That's a tough pitch to lay off. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The hit, a Gonzalez single in the first inning.
And it should have been a double, but DeJesus played it perfectly.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take again. So Pedroia.
Might have been a strike anyway, but not called by Jim Reynolds. You don't want to argue with him.
Left center field. Coco Crisp on the run, and he tracks it down.
Yeah, July 6, 2009, Brett Anderson, a 2-hitter, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, 111 pitches, was perfect. And like I said, you do that at Fenway, right or lefty, but especially a lefty, that is rarely done in the great Fenway Park, at the great Fenway, and Brett Anderson did it. He was just unbelievable in that game, and he is about the same tonight. That ball hit by Pedroia. He's wondering about it. Petey, as they call it, ball hangs up a little bit at nighttime here. Doesn't carry that well. Line drive, and what's the Coco Crisp speed? Able to get to it.
Quick 0-2 to Adrian Gonzalez. Single and a strikeout for Gonzalez. Anderson knocks it down, calmly picks it up, stumbles and throws in the dirt, and Barton can't dig it out, and Gonzalez is aboard.
Wow.
It's going to be an error on the pitcher. He just stumbled as he went to throw.
He kind of had it go up his arm, gathered himself, a hard hit ball back, but watch this.
Now batting.
The right foot stuck as he tried to lift it and short hop Derek Barton, and Barty could not come up with it. Ball straight on the ground, short hop, and if he had just been able to pick it up there, but wow. Well, his last start against the White Sox, he hit a batter, he scored, had an error on a ground ball back to him, and he scored.
Euclid, one hopper, Pennington has it to second for one, double play. No harm done. Euclid hits into the 6-4-3 double play. For Sportsnet Central, it's brought to you by Hyundai. Tonight at 10:30, it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Full A's coverage right here at the Coliseum. Sharks and Kings. It'll be a Game 3 recap. And where and who and when are the Raiders and the 49ers playing as the NFL schedule was released today. Minnie Bach, Damon Andrews will hope. Bottom of the seventh, the A's with a 1-0 lead. The Red Sox have gone to the bullpen. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Dan Wheeler, free agent signing in the offseason by the Red Sox, comes over. It's a one-year deal for $3 million. Seen Wheeler for many years with the Rays. Going to face Suzuki, Ellis, and Kuzmanov. First pitch.
Now pitching for Boston.
Just a bit outside.
35.
Pitch has not been called very much tonight by Jim Reynolds, a home plate umpire. But John Lackey did again what he has done throughout his career against the Athletics. Just one run in 6 solid innings. Pitch count up a little bit too high and goes just the 6. But for Lackey, there are the numbers for him. 4 hits, a run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. It's not a bad night for a guy with a inflated earned run average. He knows how to pitch, and just tonight did not score against Brett Anderson. The A's hope that's the case for 2 more innings.
The game is now final down in Arlington. It was the Angels 15 and the Rangers 4. So that series tied at a game apiece. 15 hits, 15 runs for the Angels. Texas made 4 errors in that game. Palmer the winner. Kobe Lewis takes the launch. Fly ball right field. Cameron is right there, and he's got it.
Well, that moves the Angels tied with the Rangers in the division.
Yep.
The Athletics started to play tonight 3 behind with an 8-8 record.
Now batting, second baseman.
And Kobe Lewis,
14, Mark
what I read
Ellis.
today, was the first player to take advantage of the maternity leave for players. 3-day max.
is Kurt Suzuki. His wife Renee due to have their first child sometime coming up, so we may see an A's player.
That's right.
Getting maternity leave. That is Kurt Suzuki around the 25th, 26th of this month. The A's would be in Anaheim. So we wish the Suzuki's the best, and for Kobe Lewis, just came off the leave and started tonight. Maybe he's still thinking about his baby. Rightfully so.
Double and a walk for Mark Ellis. Takes a strike. Blue Jays came back against the Yankees and won 6-5 in 10 innings. The Yankees led 5-3 going to the bottom of the ninth. You know who came in the game. Mariano Rivera allowed 2 runs in the ninth. And then Travis Snyder with a walk-off double in the bottom of the 10th. Toronto 6, Yankees 5. That's a final.
Well, you know, when they're on the road, they don't play Sandman like they do in New York.
No, that's part of the problem.
Yeah. And Mr. Automatic is Okajima back with the club. Did not make the team out of spring training. Bobby Jenks, one of the relievers acquired or signed by the Red Sox. Wheeler from the Tampa Bay Rays. Okajima's back. Bart, good bullpen.
Yeah.
By the Red Sox. Seems like every team the A's play, you're seeing a pitcher who pitched for the Tampa Bay Rays, especially in the bullpen, because they lost a bunch.
Fastball, Ellis swings and misses. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
All ran in just a little bit, and Mark looking back must have foul tipped the ball. Joe Reynolds not indicating that, but Mark thinking maybe got enough of it, but softer mark able to hang on.
So 2 outs for Kevin Kuzminov. The Rays beat the White Sox 2-1. Shields over Danks. The Rays are starting to right the ship a little bit. They've won 7 of 8. White Sox going in the other direction. They have lost 6 in a row. Maybe Adam Dunn came back too soon, right? He's 2 for his last 27. The Rays winning games. Of course, Manny Ramirez retired, and let's not forget Evan Longoria's been on the disabled list. But the Rays 8-9 now after their hot stretch. Baltimore beat Minnesota 11-0, so the Orioles snapped their 8-game losing streak. Oh, 0-2 to Kuzminov, who was struck out and singled in the ballgame. Cues that one. The battle in the AL Central, Ray. Royals 5, Indians 4. That's a final. Bruce Chen is 3-0. So the Indians' 4-game winning streak comes to an end. Tribe still 12-5 now with the loss.
Kansas City 11-6. Yeah. Amazing.
You know who's playing really well for the Royals is Alex Gordon.
Yeah.
They've kind of waited for him and maybe lost a little patience. He was a 2nd overall pick 4 or 5 years ago, and they expect big things from him. And he has not been able to put it together, but he's off to a very good start this year. So that's the scores and notes from the American League. Couple of rainouts in the National League. The Padres and the Cubs at Wrigley, no chance. Bad weather in the Midwest. The Nationals and the Cardinals in St. Louis, washed out. Kuzminov swings and misses at a high fastball. Couple of strikeouts for Wheeler. 8th inning coming up. The big man, Big Papi's going to lead it off. 1-0 Athletics. 1-0 lead. Ortiz, Cameron, and Crawford for the Red Sox. Breaking ball stays a bit high. Just 83 pitches through 7 innings for Brett Anderson. Keeps snapping that curveball off. And it's such a good one, it's hard to pull the trigger. And if you do swing at it, it's hard to hit.
Well, the only bad one tonight was a hanger to Adrian Gonzalez that he hit off the right center field wall. Another great one. And probably the other hardest ball hit was Pedroia last inning. Ball that was caught by Coco Crisp. This is an outstanding curveball. Big Poppy swinging. Had a pretty good beat on it, but no contact.
Shows a fastball outside. See if he goes back to the breaking ball. Ortiz, a ground out to first and a ground out to second.
Yes, he was looking for it.
Well, you probably should at this point, right, against Anderson?
Yeah, it's hard for hitters, especially good fastball hitters like Ortiz, to have in the back of your mind he's going to throw the curveball again. There's the shift. 3 on the right side. Mark Ellis playing very shallow right field.
Fastball hit hard. Ellis can't get it, either can Barton, and it gets through the shift. So he went back to the fastball, tried to get in on Ortiz, but Ortiz was able to get the head of the bat out, and he's got a base hit.
Well, they got it in the first at bat, ground ball to Barton, but this one just up enough that he's able to get the bat head through, get the bat head out in front, and pull it into right field. Mark Ellis. That would have been an interesting play had he been able to field the ball, because Barton went after it. I don't know that there'd be anybody covering first. So he leaves as Ortiz for a pinch runner.
Ortiz, number 2, Jacoby Ellsbury.
So keep an eye on Ellsbury. He's very fast, and he's a very good base stealer. So,
and if Brett Anderson decides to throw to first, will the umpires be a little bit more attentive on a possible balk?
The hitter is Mike Cameron. Cameron takes the ball. Cameron has grounded out twice to short.
That was the quick pitch because of the speed of Ellsbury at first. Cameron, a good hitter. No home runs this year, but he has home run power. You have to concentrate on him, and not so much with Ellsbury at first. On his resume, 4 home runs in 1 game for Mike Cameron.
For Ellsbury, Ray, remember he was hurt most of the year last year, but in 2008, 50 stolen bases, and in 2009, 70. So there you go. Carl Crawford is the on-deck hitter. Ellsbury bluffs going. The pitch is way outside. Like Anderson may have slipped a little bit.
Well, he's also tried a quick pitch.
Yep.
And that's, he's just taken everything away from his pitching with Ellsbury at first. Ball in the bullpen, but Anderson, watch how he brings it down and then quickly, and he got his front foot stuck again. Got to get some shorter cleats.
Don't you think, Ray, if it's affecting your pitches at all, then just worry about the hitter.
You have to, because these guys are too good, and they've got some power that you don't concentrate with the hitters. That could be a quick lesson to learn.
So 3-1 is the count. Ellsbury not going.
So every one of those moves that Brett is making to first base, that's a legitimate throw over with the angle. And that's what the one when he picked off Pedroia really made it different. It's going to be coming right at you with his foot. Now that's very legitimate.
Cameron swung at ball 4, so he helps Anderson out, fouls it back, and the count is full. So Grant Balfour quickly starts to throw. It is the 8th.
He's one of 2 right-handers in the pool. He's Brad Ziegler.
Will Ellsbury go on 3-2? Cameron does strike out a lot.
Well, if he goes, just concentrate on a 3-2 to Cameron. And let Kurt Suzuki, if he gets the strikeout, try to throw him out. Ellsbury's going to go as a safety. This is not necessarily a straight steal. He went.
He did. And that's a strikeout, Ellsbury. And what are they calling at home plate?
Foul tip or interference? He called him out for interference. Because contact was made, Kurt Suzuki with Cameron going across the home plate, and that is your interference in double play.
Wow.
I was hoping Kurt was going to do that because Cameron definitely went across home plate when he swung. Check swing, and when a hitter falls across the plate, catcher follows through any contact at all, and then it's going to be interference and maybe not have to make contact. But he does. See it right there. He's right in front of his throw. And how about Tommy Cam? Ellsbury thinks he's safe, and he was. But watch Cameron go across the plate, takes the right foot, and Kurt Suzuki right there. And there's the contact, and the home plate umpire putting out the hands, and that's a very, very good call. Smart play by Kurt Suzuki. Well,
so 2 outs. How about that?
Yep.
Now batting, number 13.
And that's what a catcher has to do. When a hitter does that, you have to have the instincts to see that he's obstructing you.
Yeah, he was standing right on home plate.
And any contact at all, and sometimes it's called just because he is standing on the plate, and maybe a more of a side angle if we have it to see if there's contact made. Otherwise, it was strictly called on the fact that he was on home plate as Kurt was trying to make the throw.
Well, I don't think the Red Sox can argue about that call.
No, absolutely not.
Crawford, big swing, just gets a piece of it. 1-1 the count.
Well, Mike Cameron definitely helped the A's. Was swinging at the 3-1, and then actually at ball 4 twice.
Yep, he did.
Breaking ball in the dirt, but that's the hard curveball by Brett Anderson. It's been fantastic tonight.
Breaking ball down and away. 2-1.
And see, Ellsbury was stealing second, and he did the job of stealing, but he was not aware of what was going on at home plate.
Crawford swings at a ball. Thank you very much, says Anderson.
Now Cameron, watch the right foot. Then he just kind of steps towards first base, but really. But that's clearly obstructing his view to throw.
So, Ray, we've talked about this many times. So contact does not have to be made.
No.
It certainly helps if it is made, they're going to call.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all Kurt had to do is follow through and just fall into it.
And they're going to call.
Yeah.
But they don't. Contact does not have to be made for the call to be made. And that was the case there. Bouncer over the mound. Pennington tries to barehand, and that's the only play he had. Crawford super fast, and it's going to be a hit. Pennington did the only thing he could do. Bob Guerin's coming out. He's jogging out to the mound.
Like Penny might have peeked up just a little bit to see where Crawford was, but it was going to be tough to throw him out, even had he come up with a cleanly in the bare hand to throw out the speedy Carl Crawford. See him look up, and maybe the best thing that happened because he tries to make a quick throw, might have thrown it, allowing Crawford to get in the scoring position. Well, he might try anyway.
Right at 100 for Anderson. Saltalamacchia is the hitter.
Now batting, number 39, Darren Saltalamacchia.
So Saltalamacchia, who is a switch hitter, is grounded to short and grounded back to the pitcher. Now Crawford is aboard, and he is a huge base stealer. So we'll watch that. 11 ground ball outs. Strike with a breaking ball to even the count at 1-1. Balfour still throwing for the A's in their bullpen. Jenks Okajima, a lefty and a righty, out in the Red Sox bullpen. Swing and a miss. Fastball from Anderson. 1-2.
Still a lot of pop. 91 miles per hour with the fastball. Great location. Inside part of the plate. Saltalamacchia was not going for a single. How about a hard curve? And here, if he throws the curveball, it's got to be the hard one, like he threw Cameron, or not take a chance that it hangs in the inner part of the plate.
Crawford. A little head fake over at first.
It's a football.
Yeah.
Mentality.
Or basketball, too. The old head fake. Got a good lead. Not running. The ball's bounced foul. That was the breaking ball. Probably got a little bit too much of the plate.
See the 7 and a 9. Brett Anderson just really such a great performance tonight.
Curveball, foul tip. Just stays alive.
And that one also a little bit up. And a hittable one. But at least it's on the inner part of the plate. Suzuki got it. Anderson thought he had it.
Shot to left field, and that's a base hit. Another breaking ball, and it stayed up. So the Red Sox still alive here in the top of the 8th. It's their 3rd hit in the inning. They came into this inning with just 1 hit off Anderson. So the hitter is Darnell McDonald. He's a right-handed hitter.
Now batting, number 54.
106 pitches for Anderson.
McDonald.
Crawford at second. Saltalamacchia at first. Here's McDonald. Curve strike to McDonald. Feels like the 9th inning, but it's only the 8th.
Well, and again, a curveball. The last 3 he's thrown, 2 to Saltalamacchia, and this one have been up. So maybe that finishing because of the pitch count, 107. Suzuki encouraged him to throw it and throw it in the dirt.
Strike 2 call. The fastball down around the knees. McDonald didn't like it.
He's looking curveball. But again, perfectly inside. The height was there and right on the corner.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. He went with the curveball, struck him out. 8 strikeouts for Anderson, and the Red Sox do not score. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
play.
Game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. This was way back in the first inning. Coco Crisp with a base hit. Coco would steal second base. Bart would get him over, and David DeJesus would get him in with a ground ball. Nicely done. That's the only run in the ball game. 1-0. Brett Anderson's sensational performance. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. The biggest being that one as he gets Darnell McDonald with a couple of runners on to end the top of the 8th inning. So it is a 1-0 game. 0-4-0 for the Red Sox, 1-4-1 for the Athletics.
Well, and considering in the top of the inning, the interference call because of 2 hits to follow, the infield hit by Crawford, it's Altamaki, a base hit. Ellsbury's at second base on a steal, if that would have been the case, but the interference erased him, so 2 outs instead of runner at second base.
Pennington 0 for 2. Brian Fuentes, the closer, starts to throw for the A's. And Wheeler had a very good bottom of the 7th inning. 3 up, 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. Looking ahead to that 9th inning, Ray. Top of the order for the Red Sox. Should have known. Lowry, Pedroia, Gonzalez. If anybody gets on, Youkilis.
Well, after the 7th inning, when Pedroia, Gonzalez, and Youkilis grinding into the double play in the air by Anderson, you know, you set them down in order. Those guys don't come back up.
Yep.
But you turn the batting order over with the bottom part getting on. That's what happened. But we've talked so much about the A's starters, and once again tonight a starter goes 8 shutout innings. And Brett Anderson, so they just continue. Trevor Cahill Sunday, 8 innings, no walks, 9 strikeouts. He picked up the win, had a bit more run support than what Brett has had tonight.
A foul ball by Pennington. Televising tomorrow's day game, so join us at 12:30. It'll be in Comcast Sportsnet California. Gio Gonzalez, Clay Buchholz.
And with Gio pitching at home, beautiful day game. You know we're going to see the alternate goals. Gio will come in with a 0.49 earned run average, 4.7, some unbelievable number.
So that'll be a good pitching matchup against 2 of the better young pitchers in the American League. Buchholz has struggled in the early going. Gonzalez has not. So join us tomorrow at 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Pennington battling Dan Wheeler. Another foul ball.
And I want you to get here early enough tomorrow so you can go in the clubhouse and hear Gio and his Motown music.
Yeah, it's the best day of the homestand when he's got his Motown on. I'm okay with that, and
Absolutely.
I know you are too.
Heck yes.
I mean, you've been known to sing a lot like Barry White, the great Barry White.
Just old enough to remember them Motown. Some of the kids aren't.
Hit well, right field. Cameron racing back, and it is off the top of the wall. Pennington to second with a leadoff double. What an at bat for Cliff Pennington. He almost pumped one out of here.
He sure did, and boy, that's close enough to 10-pitch at bat to give him dinner, Francesco's. Wanted it back. He kept fouling off 4 tough pitches from Wheeler, and then just let it go to right center. An easy double for Pennington, and that's going to be it for Wheeler. But what a great start for the A's this 8th inning. But Pennington, a drive to right center.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and spawn experts.
Presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Cliff Pennington led off the bottom of the 8th with the double. He's at second base. Coco Chris the hitter, and the new pitcher is the lefty Hideki Okajima. Only lefty in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Those are the numbers from last year. He was sent to the minor leagues this year, and he was just recalled yesterday.
There's a bunt on. Not a bad idea. Corner infielder's in, but that's fine. Coco ideally would like to bunt it to the third baseman, forcing Euclid to make the play. Of course, Euclid at first base moved over to third with the acquisition of Gonzalez. He's played there before and knows how to play third. Important to get Pennington to third base.
Bunt is popped foul back. 1-1 the count. When there's just a runner on second, it does become a little bit of a tougher play for the infielders because it's a tag play.
Yep.
So the throw becomes very important to third if you're going to try to get the guy.
And Pennington has got enough speed. He's got Lowry playing close to him.
Coco squares and then swings, and he swings and misses. So now he's behind in the count 1-2. So Euclid will slide back a little bit.
Just a little bit late on the swing, and that's what happens when you square around. You got to get it back quickly enough so you can have a good swing.
Pennington takes off, pitches high, throw to third, not in time. So Pennington takes it upon himself to get to third.
A good play by Euclid to keep the ball going into left field, but what an outstanding play at second base. Okajima with the high leg kick, and Euclid ranging back to his left. That ball almost went into left field.
So the infield comes in with the count 2-2. Coco just got a piece of it to stay alive. Barton in the on-deck circle.
You go in at a bat, thinking about a sacrifice, trying to get him over to third base, and then very quickly you got to adjust with 2 strikes, realizing the infield is in, trying to get him in from third.
Check swing, foul. A's with 5 hits in the game, the Red Sox with 4. Another 2-2 to Coco Crisp. And another foul ball. Whole bunch of foul balls in this bottom of the 8th inning.
Pennington 4, 3 for Coco Crisp. And that's what good hitters do. They'll foul off the tough pitches and just, like that old saw, staying alive.
Yep. Center field shallow. McDonald coming in. He's got it. Pennington bluffs, and he's going to stay. Ball trickles away. So it just was not quite deep enough. I thought maybe Pennington would give it a shot, and maybe with 1 out he may have.
Yeah, with 1 out he definitely would have, but just kind of tough to do it with nobody out because the infield is still going to play in. He broke perfectly, but at that point he was just faking, just trying to draw the throw, which he did, and it popped up, and you can say, well, Saltalamacca didn't come up with it, but that's not for sure that would have happened. Hit right in front of the back of the mound. And Saltalamacca got the short hop.
So 1 out, and here's Barton.
I think the same fly ball, and Pennington would tag up. Might be going on contact. Either way, Derek Barton a chance to get the runner in from third.
Curveball drops low. Barton 0 for his last 10 with his 0 for 3 tonight. This time the breaking ball in for a strike. Also got kind of a screwball, does he not, Ray?
Well, of course, ever since he's been with the Boston Red Sox, when he throws, he actually does not look at home plate. He kind of has his head down and turned to the side. But has very good control, something that he worked on at AAA, and it really helped throwing strikes.
Well, he's a pretty good reliever for the Red Sox, but had to go to the minors for 2-3 weeks.
It's kind of tough if you don't throw strikes. Plus, remember the Red Sox signed a whole bunch of guys for the bullpen. There's a couple we mentioned with Jenks and Wheeler we've seen in this game already.
And now it's 3-1. It's the 5th year for Okajima in Boston.
The White Sox would like to have Bobby Jenks back to the closer.
Yeah.
An opportunity now for Derek Barton to sit on a pitch, maybe a location, and get a good one to drive it someplace and try to get the runner in. He has an excellent eye, but maybe now's the time to expand it a little bit.
There's a shot to center field, and that's a base hit. Another off-speed pitch. Barton was waiting for it. He's got an RBI single, and the A's have a 2-0 lead. Well,
it's great hitting. He did get the curveball again. Watch him stay back and watch him just drive the ball right back up the middle. That's perfect hitting. And you can get it past the pitcher. He's the only one who has a chance to catch it. And Derek Barton, a great job of getting the runner in from third. Tremendous. That's a big run. That is a huge run. Now you take away that solo home run in the 9th inning.
Yep.
To tie the game.
Barton picks up RBI number 4, and here's DeJesus. Fastball for a strike.
But Anderson's got to be in heaven, isn't he? Saying, I got 2 runs.
2. What do I do with 2?
2-run support tonight. Fortunate thing for him in the A's, he didn't give up the inning. 0. So another great pitching performance by a starter, and Brian Fuentes would try to save him.
Jesus, a bunt attempt, and it's a strike. So Fuentes has been down there for about 15 minutes. So it's not a question of whether he's ready. Mariners are winning up in Seattle. They're beating the Detroit Tigers 6-1 in the 7th inning. Tigers put Victor Martinez on the disabled list today. The A's will see the Mariners Thursday night. A 4-game series at Safeco Field. DeJesus is 1 for 3. He has a single that was in the 6th inning. Put the ball down the left field line that landed just fair. He had an RBI ground out in the 1st. Curve and a good one. And DeJesus knew it, and that's strike 3 call.
Time now for the Ford right choice, and the big lefty, Brett Anderson. What a night again tonight. It started first batter, and Lowry, the hard curveball for strikeout. Euclid check swing the curveball again. Another curveball inside to McDonald. And how about another curveball to one of the best hitters, Adrian Gonzalez. Another curveball to Euclid. Brett Anderson finished his 8 innings, getting McDonald with another curveball for a strikeout. Quite a night.
Josh Willingham is looking for his first hit. He's popped out twice to the first baseman and struck out. So Derek Barton with the RBI single. Cliff Pennington led off this inning with a double. Stole third. Comes home on Barton's single. So the A's with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Well, that includes, of course, tonight. So the ERA down to 2.08. Well, he's tough to hit for anybody. But you're doing that against a good Red Sox lineup, and it's good every year.
They make sure it's good. They have the money to make sure it's good. More power to them, especially in the very tough Eastern Division. Said he wanted to play for the Red Sox. Ended up going there, waived his the trade. They wanted the time to try to negotiate the days. Forget it. I'm going to stay here anyway. There's Bobby Jenks, formerly of the White Sox, their closer, now with the Red Sox.
Now, quite a few changes for Red Sox coming into this year. Of course, they lost Victor Martinez and Adrian Beltre, 2 very good offensive players. Off the plate to Willingham, so it's a full count, and Barton will take off.
By the way, the Red Sox have the money. If Victor Martinez wanted to stay in Boston, he would have gotten the money. But the Tigers paid a lot of money, and he went there with some friends at Cabrera and Ordonez, Guillen. And Derek Barton just has to make sure the throw goes to the plate before he takes off. They'll hold him on first anyway.
Willingham got a pitch out over the plate, fouled it back.
Graded back by Cliff Pennington, and that's a huge insurance run so far. But Brian Fuentes, of course, breathing a little bit easier, knowing he's got an extra run to play with.
Barton will go again. And Willingham takes inside, and it's a walk. A Lackey walk just one. Well, that's just the second walk the A's have received. Kurt Young's going to trot out. They're going to leave Okajima in there, obviously, to face the left-handed hitting Matsui. So the meeting is over.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Facing his fifth hitter, and it'll be Matsui.
Matsui!
So Matsui looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. 55, Hideki Matsui drive. You're doing good if you got a street named after you. Matsui with his days at the Yankees. I'm sure this matchup happened probably quite a bit. And probably late in the game.
That's right. And between Okajima and Matsusaka with the Red Sox and Matsui with the A's, guess who's in the house tonight? A whole bunch. Japanese reporters.
Matsui, a fly ball to left, strikeout, and a fly ball to right. Barton dancing around at second. It's 1-1. Okajima, this is again the fifth hitter he has faced. He's thrown 27 pitches. So he's making it hard on himself. Brian Fuentes has thrown a complete game shutout in the bullpen. One of his best performances of his career. That's high. 2-1. This will be the last hitter Okajima faces, no matter what.
We have seen Matsui hit a couple of long home runs to right center field, but he's also seen him go to left field with a run scoring single. So if they stay away from him, we might see him try to shoot one to left field. That would be perfect.
Lowry playing right behind Barton. Now he moves back. High and foul up over the A's bullpen. So the count even at 2-2. Again, in the top of the ninth, it will be the top of the order for the Red Sox. So an important insurance run added here in the eighth, and maybe more if Matsui can come through. by Saltalamacchia, and it's a full count. So again, the runners will be moving.
Saltalamacchia has had his work cut out for him tonight. The ball's in the dirt. He's done a good job blocking a lot. The one that he should have caught, he missed and went under his glove. But other than that, a lot of breaking balls thrown, and he's done a good job blocking.
Runners go. 3-2 pitch. Driven to right. Cameron back. Still going back. And it is over his head off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Matsui comes through big time.
Very smart hitting by Hideki Matsui. He got the breaking ball 3-2, and it was like he knew it was coming. Watch this great swing. Curveball, stayed back, and just put the Godzilla swing into it. Didn't leave the yard, but what a great swing on 3-2 and a curveball. Look at that extension. It just shot over Cameron's head.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change, tune up, and Spog experts.
Brought to you by Xfinity, TV, phone, and internet. Reinvented. And by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Hideki Matsui done for the night. A big 2-out, 2-run double to extend the A's lead to 4-0. So pinch runner, that's going to be Ryan Sweeney, and Alfredo Aceves is the new pitcher, his 6th appearance. So the right-hander comes in. Hideki Okajima, a very tough outing. So Aceves will take over, and he'll face Kurt Suzuki. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and the A's have added 3.
And that's exactly what you like to see with the insurance runs. You add on, who cares that it's not a save situation? The A's just trying to get the win. And the insurance runs, the extra runs, are the biggest things you could get. And Okajima gave it up in relief of Wheeler. Wheeler a run, John Lackey a run, and the 2, Okajima on the mound.
So the A's with 3 hits in the inning, a couple of doubles, also a walk. Well, Ed Montague's here. He's the gentleman in charge of the umpires and watching the game.
Gonna stop watching.
What do you think Ed feels about the pace of the game here in the 8th? Little flare, and that's going to get down, and the A's are going to get another run. Sweeney trots home, and Kurt Suzuki has made it 5-0.
Well, nothing better than 2 out runs, and that's 3 now for the Athletics, thanks to Kurt Suzuki just reaching out as Emerson taking the fastball away from him, just going perfectly to right center. To drive in Ryan Sweeney, heard the crack of the bat, maybe fractured a little bit, but he'll take it. It was his 3rd run batted in. He'll definitely take this. See Ryan Sweeney running okay. He had a slight hamstring. At least he felt it when he hit the triple Saturday night.
So the 8th man to bat in the inning is Mark Ellis. Ellis a double, a walk, and a strikeout. So 1 for 2. Dan Wheeler, who started this inning, giving up the double, ends up giving up 1 run. Okajima, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Breslow is now thrown. And now there's a ball loose down the left field line. So Carl Crawford will pick it up.
So Breslow can get some more tosses. That's all planned.
So Brian Fuentes probably threw, I don't even want to know. And now he's going to sit down. Good swing there by Ellis. 1-2.
Bob Guerin talked about over the weekend about right now Fuentes and Balfour, the 2 guys that have to look at to close the game and like to get a little cushion to give them a breather. Well, that's a cushion. 5 runs. It's a pretty good cushion. So warm up the way he did, but sit down.
Euclid goes to second, and Pedroia came off the bag. I think Pedroia thought Euclid was going to throw to first.
Well, there's our play. It's not a tag in the runner coming from second to third, but when you're getting a ground ball and the runner for first is going to break on contact, and then Euclid and Pedroia definitely had his foot off the bag as he tried to stretch it.
Now batting, third baseman, number 5.
Maybe because the ball was hit slowly. You thought maybe he had a chance to get the runner at second and Suzuki, but definitely off the bag, and trying to umpire help there too.
So it's a fielder's choice, E5. So that's the first error in the game by the Red Sox. Each team has now made one. So the inning continues, and Kuzminov get a chance to hit. Swing by Kuz, fouls it back. So a pretty bottom of the 8th inning if you're the A's, an ugly bottom of the 8th if you're the Red Sox.
Yeah, you talk about Eddie Montague, the great veteran umpire of the past, now a supervisor. He probably looked at the clock, as I did, and 8th inning, it's about 5 minutes till 9.
Well, this half inning, it has to have been a half an hour.
It has been.
Right?
But it's 50 pitches in the inning, thank you to Larry, and it's 9:43 on the scoreboard clock. And seriously, this I couldn't believe my 5 minutes till 9.
Well, this is the way every half inning is with the Red Sox and the Yankees, just like this. Bounce to Euclid. He's got it. He'll step in the bag. Side retired. A's score 4 times in the bottom of the 8th inning. So they will take a 5-0 lead for the night. A's lead the Red Sox. We've reached the 9th inning.
Leading off the top of the 9th inning.
And when it's time for change,
number 12.
think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's going to be Craig Breslow. 7th appearance this year, and he's going to face the top of this Red Sox lineup. But thanks to the 4-run 8th inning, that 1-0 lead is now a 5-0 lead. And the A's looking for their 3rd straight win. Won the final 2 games in the Tigers series. 1-1 to Jed Lowry, who struck out with a fly ball to left and then struck out again, 0 for 3, and he has been the hottest Red Sox hitter coming into this series.
That's why what Brett Anderson did, the first hitter of the game, striking him out with a good curveball, kind of set the tone for what would turn out to be an outstanding evening for Brett Anderson, especially 8 strikeouts, all 8 coming on that signature pitch, the curveball.
Kuzminoff, nice play, ranging to his left, and Lowry's retired. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Kuz ranging nicely to his left, a slow hit ball. Lowry runs well, so good idea for the 3rd baseman to cut it off.
So with 1 out, Dustin Pedroia will step in. And there's a first pitch strike. So just 4 hits for this very powerful Red Sox lineup. And not only powerful, but patient as well. When you're throwing the way the A's staff is throwing, you're probably going to be able to shut down just about anybody. Two and one now to Pedroia with Adrian Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. Pedroia, a ground out to second, a walk, and then a line drive to center field. Hit that ball in the 7th inning. Hit it very well. Now 3 and 1.
A lot better going to this 9th inning. This was insurance runs because this part of the batting order coming up. And it was going to be tough, but 5-run cushion makes it a lot easier for this 9th inning. Wow. Breslow, not even think about it. Just go back to a fastball.
So full count to Pedroia. Again, make sure you join us tomorrow, 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet California for the final game of this 2-game set between the A's and the Red Sox. And Breslow walks Pedroia with a 1 out. So it'll be the right-hander, Clay Buchholz, against the left-hander, Gio Gonzalez. Gio will try to make it 3-0 on the season. So Brian Fuentes is up warming up. And first pitch to Adrian Gonzalez is inside. There's a strike count around the knees. Gonzalez in the first inning. A line drive off the right field wall, but got just a single. DeJesus played it well. Struck out in the 4th, reached on an error by Anderson in the 7th. So the big guy is 1 for 3. A shot to left field, and that's a base hit. Willingham races over to cut it off. Pedroia stops at second, so the Red Sox with something going here in the top of the 9th.
And that's the signature. That's the Adrian Gonzalez swing to left field, and Garen coming out, and he is going to make the call.
So Brian Fuentes will get in the game. Still not a save situation, but he's coming in. It's 5-0 A's. The A's are hiding 130 mini bases throughout the East Bay for you to steal.
When did it start?
I'll tell you right now, the giveaway started Monday, and 10 bases are being hidden each day through Saturday, April 30th. To get the clues and find the bases, follow the A's on Twitter or visit OaklandAthletics.com. Fans who find one of the bases win 2 tickets for the April 30th game and a voucher for a Ricky Anderson bobblehead presented by Kingsford Capital Management.
You read that because you probably have a Twitter account, don't you? You're probably on Twitter and Facebook.
Just got one yesterday.
Did you?
No. So I'm ineligible.
Maybe we'll get them at the same time. How's that? No, I don't think so.
So Brian Fuentes comes in. 2 on, 1 out, and he'll face Youkilis. 5 saves on the year for Fuentes, but this is not a save situation. If you come in the middle of an inning, like this situation, the tying run needs to be in the on-deck circle for it to be a save situation. Youkilis, tough day. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and he hit into a double play. Very dangerous. Just missed off the plate, 1-1. And Jacoby Ellsbury is in the on-deck circle, where he was the pinch runner for David Ortiz his last inning. Youkilis skies one, playable in left field. Willingham makes the catch, 2 outs. So Youkilis 0 for 4 in the game.
You think about this last inning when Big Papi got the base hit. David Ortiz, Ellsbury went into pinch run. If David Ortiz stays in the game, he's not going to be attempting a steal. No interference call.
You got a runner at first with 1 out.
That's right, but since it was a 1-run game at the time, Ellsbury with his excellent speed actually had second stolen, but it was bad interference, which is a good break for the A's.
So Ellsbury's first at bat tonight. Fastball first strike from Brian Fuentes. So I guess that's an example of a manager where you make the right move, but it doesn't work.
Exactly.
And it is possible to do that as a manager. It happens all the time.
Well, Terry Francona in his career with the Red Sox made a lot of great moves and handled a lot of great teams. Point that they won 2 World Championships in his 8th season managing. His last year not managing was with the A's as a bench coach, 2003. Ken Mock.
A little pop-up, and that's going to do it. Pennington makes the catch. Ball game is over, and the A's, some offense and great pitching for Brett Anderson, and the Athletics shut out the Boston Red Sox tonight by a final score of 5-0. Brett Anderson gets his first win of the year. 8 shutout innings, and Anderson lowers his ERA rate to 1.61. How about that? So he got a win, well deserved, and the A's broke it open with 4 in the 8th. So the A's get over the 500 mark for the first time this year. They are now 9-8. And they've won 3 in a row, so a good start to this quick series. And anytime you shut out the Boston Red Sox, whether they're playing well or not, you have certainly done something, and that was the case tonight.
They're always playing well. They're always the Red Sox. No, they're good, and but you know, it says a lot about the pitching of the A's. We have seen it all season. We knew it was going to happen. And we just got another performance tonight, Brett Anderson, that was outstanding. So not surprising.
8 shutout innings for Anderson. When he did get in a jam late in the game, got a big strikeout, and just the maturing of a very, very fine young pitcher, and he's pitched great against the Red Sox in his young career.
Well, you think of the 8 strikeouts, the outstanding curveball to the right-handers, but I think tonight when he had the curveball that was working very effectively against the lefties, that's a pitch that he had trouble in the past, but well, not tonight.
So the A's score 5 times, get shutout pitching, and we're joined by one of the offensive heroes, Derek Barton, downstairs. A big hit in that 8th inning. But Derek, let's talk about your pitching. Do you guys stand out there and say, man, I'm glad these guys are on my team, because I would not want to face him? Could you imagine facing Brett Anderson with the stuff he has?
Nope, and I don't really want to. No, our pitchers have been doing a great job all year. And obviously we're in each and every game, and we came through tonight with some big hits towards the end of the game, and it helped us out.
Well, one of the biggest was you, and there's no doubt. And you have to talk about maybe sitting on the curveball, because you just did such a great job hitting the 3-1 curveball from Okajima right back up the middle. Talk about the at-bat and your approach facing a guy who throws a lot of curveballs.
Yeah, that was my thought process going into it. I knew he threw a lot of off-speed stuff, and I was looking for off-speed pitch to hold that bat. I got one early in the at-bat, and I just I froze on it. But he threw the exact same 1-3-1, and I was sitting on it, and stayed on top of it, drove it up the middle.
Now, Derek, it says a lot about this team. You guys now over the 500 mark at 9-8, and it's really an offense that has not clicked on all cylinders yet. Do you get the feeling like when you guys really start to hit as a group, then things could really get rolling?
Yeah, with this staff, I think that 3 or 4 runs a game should be plenty. Obviously, that's a lot to ask of our pitchers, but we're coming along a little bit. I think we're playing better. We're playing better as a team, and our offense is coming along, and guys getting on base, and we're driving them in. So it's it's been pretty good. It's a lot of confidence for us, and we're ready to go.
Not only your group, great hit in the 8th inning, but I think you have one of the best arms, and especially on a pickoff from a pitcher throwing to you. Make it to the point where you make a strong throw to second base. But talk about Pedroia and Brett Anderson picking him off. You got the put out at second base. What about the move? Did it fool you as much as it did everybody else?
No, it didn't fool me as much this time. Earlier during the season, it was getting me pretty good. He's got a good read move, and Pedroia gets wrong, and I love throwing to second base, and that's one of my.
Was it a balk?
No, absolutely not.
Good. Well, you would know because you were looking right at him. The umpires didn't call it. Everybody else thought it was a balk.
I have no idea what a balk is anyways. I thought Verlander's was a balk, and that wasn't, so I don't know.
Either do we, Derek. Yeah. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. All right,
nice job. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
So I thought what he said was interesting, Ray. He said, hey, we score 3 or 4 runs. Yeah. We're going to win a lot of games. So I think the offense feels like, hey, we don't have to go crazy offensively. Yeah. We just need to execute a little bit of small ball, and you score 3 or 4 with his staff, and you are going to win a lot of games.
And, the greatest thing that I enjoy is seeing a lot of scouts in the stands. They're in the press room or around the park. All they talk about is this outstanding pitch of the A's. The starting pitching has just been outstanding. We saw it again tonight with Brett Anderson. What can you say? Every scout I talked to said, if you get tired of these guys, we'll take them. And there's not one guy on this staff that every other team would love to have. So
we'll have day baseball tomorrow, 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet California, Game 2 of this quick 2-game series, the A's and the Red Sox. So 5-0 is your final. Brett Anderson and the A's shut out the Boston Red Sox. We'll take a break. When we come back, A's postgame live with Henry Wolford and Greg Cataran.